Hi, it's Casey again. This time I want to show you how you get the most out of your Nintendo GameCube. Well, first off, you're going to need a memory card. There's lots of different ones available. Some of them bigger than others. Bigger is better, but make sure you have an extra one available, and I'll get to that a little bit later. You're going to need the Game Boy Advance player and the 5-inch LCD screen that sits on top of the unit. This LCD screen is pretty cool, and also with use of one of these, you could even hook up maybe an Xbox 360 to it or something like that. So it's pretty versatile, and it runs off of all one power supply, which is pretty nice. Also on your GameCube, make sure you have the extra port on the back, and you could get some high-def cables for that. They can be pretty pricey though, so if you want to actually make your GameCube games in high-def or progressive scan, it'd probably be cheaper to have a backwards compatible Wii and buy the component cables for that. Okay, also, you could use the Game Boy Advance as a video game controller for the GameCube, which is nice for playing the Game Boy Advance games. Also, it plays original Game Boy games and Game Boy Color games and your Game Boy Advance games. Pretty good. Another ways to play is with the original controller, or you could have one of these adapter pieces, which lets you actually hook up a Super Nintendo controller or even a Sega Genesis controller to your Wii, which is pretty nice because that means you could actually use a Sega Genesis controller to play some of these games, or works really well for Soul Calibur here for the Super Nintendo controller, or even Simpsons Road Rage. Also, while we're on the subject of controllers, a Wavebird might be a plus there. Or you could modify one of your other controllers to get rid of the C-stick and make a stick a little bit more comfortable for the GameCube. This is an extremely easy mod, just need a screwdriver and a cap. That's it. Also, had a battery that could go onto the bottom, make your GameCube even more of a big box. And just so you can take it anywhere, especially with your LCD screen. Make sure you have the Game Boy Advance player when you do this, the disc. And Action Replay is a necessity to get the most out of your GameCube because it has the awesome cheat codes and also makes importing games a little bit more friendly. And you can get some nice games made by Treasure, or a Bonk game, Adventure's Island, or give Smash Brothers a run for their money with TV Fighter Stream Mix, or Korean Squash, which is published by Nintendo, and it's an extremely great game. Great game to import as well. Also keep in mind they had a dance pad for the GameCube with Mario Dance Mix and the bongos. There's a couple different versions of that box. Also, you want to focus on the Nintendo games published and made by Nintendo, because they're really good. Games like Zelda, your Mario Karts, your Battalion Wars, and your other Mario games. Also, good look through for Capcom games, Resident Evil 4, Killer 7, or even P&O number 3. All extremely good games made by Capcom. Also keep in mind that Sega was GameCube's best friend, gave us Skies of Arcadia, and some of the Sonic Adventure games, and even Super Monkey Ball, and plenty more. Any game made by Sega for the GameCube is just amazing. Also keep in mind there's a lot of hidden gems out there. Probably not so hidden as Eternal Darkness, everyone knows about that, and it's just a great game in general. Ikaruga, probably not a gem anymore, but everyone knows it's great. Or even the quirky Space Raiders, which is still a gem, and it's pretty fun. Sort of like Space Invaders, but not. So, with all this fun stuff, you could actually get the most out of your Nintendo GameCube. Again, definitely get one of these. It also works for the Wii and the Virtual Console. You can even hook up Nintendo 64 controllers. And I tell you what, I've had a lot of fun collecting for my GameCube, and I have a lot more to go. Okay, thanks for watching.